Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to this Friday, March 8th edition of Guadalupe Valley Views. I'm Megan Barthels, and we've on the line this week with the Luling, Main Street, Ragin' Cajun Throwdown and Gumbo Cook-Off, which is getting underway tonight through all day tomorrow in downtown Luling.
Hey there.
Well, hello there.
That's good.
To see you.
Same here. Now, who's all on the line with us, if you would introduce yourselves, if you don't mind?
Derek, Main Street Manager.
Cody Halliburton, Beer Garden.
Sherilyn Boyd over judging.
Brittany Halliburton, Main Street President.
Sherilyn, Brittany, Cody, and Derek, thank you all very much for visiting with me this evening. Now, we record this program prior to the time that it airs, so it is earlier in the week. Matter of fact, it's Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday when we're recording this show, and you guys are actually preparing for the events this weekend.
Well, we have worked pretty efficiently to make sure that we tie up everything before the last minute. We have several vendors booked that are ready to be here and serve different kinds of food and different exhibitors. And we have some good team turnout.
If everything plays out right, the weather is going to be absolutely fantastic for the event this weekend.
So far, let's not jinx it.
I'm trying not to. 9th annual event. I can't believe we started this thing 9 years ago, and it continues to evolve and grow each and every year.
Yeah, hopefully we're getting a little better at this every year.
Underway this evening is the dessert contest with the turn-in time, I think tonight at 8 o'clock, and there's a $150 cash prize on that. Over the years, you've seen many different desserts come across the judging table. What's been some of y'all's favorites?
We had a lot of cheesecake and bread pudding last year, and that was my favorite. That's my favorite.
Now, the bread puddings actually turn out really, really good.
Cody, which one did you like?
I have to go with some of the bread pudding. Cheesecake's good, and I love chocolate, so anything with chocolate's going to strike a nerve for me.
Man.
Yeah, we've had some just, chocolate cakes turned in, and it's interesting.
This event, while it supports and benefits Luling Main Street, it is absolutely free for anybody to roll up and come in and enjoy all the festivities.
Yes, it is. Free admission. Always has been and probably always will be.
Brittany was mentioning earlier just all the different arts and crafts and things and the food vendors. And Cody, I know that you're going to be well-stocked and well-prepared there at the Beer and Beverage Garden. You also have not only the entertainment for adults, and including live music, there's also a number of events for the kiddos.
Yeah, we have the bouncy houses again this year. It was sponsored by a guy here in town. We have petting zoos going to be back. We'll have some pony rides, and other vendors will be coming in. I think a bull ride, a mechanical bull, that wouldn't be for kids, would it?
I guess it could be.
Yeah.
All right, well, we have a mechanical bull for kids. We got the little wiggle racers, too, where they can get out and wiggle on the street.
Yeah, that's a Mudbug 500, isn't it? And that's both for kids and adults.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
There'll be crawfish by the pound for sale, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Every year.
That's a big draw. We have to do that.
Have we reached the deadline, as today being Friday, on teams to enter, or will y'all take team entries in the morning?
We take team entries up until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And in the categories tomorrow, y'all have a number of them. Let's go through some of those and what people can go out and go sample.
Our first category is Bloody Marys, which the turn-in is at 10:30 a.m. And then we have our open Cajun dish and jambalaya, and then gumbo, of course, is our last one.
People's Choice. I think, isn't it for $1 a ticket? You can go taste and vote?
Yep. You come up and you go to our ticket booth and you get a ticket for $1, and then you can go to any and all of our cooking teams, and then you're able to sample whatever they've made. Some teams make things that they don't even turn in.
No, you go pay $10 and get $10 worth of tickets and go taste a bunch of stuff.
And then we also mentioned that with the tastings and everything else, there's a new location this year for the judging, as well as, tell me again, the judging and the turn-in, right? And is there something else that's happening at the new location?
No, that's it. It's at 110 North Walnut. It's right here in the downtown area. It's just in a different spot from last year.
Now, I was looking online, and this is something that we haven't mentioned in our interview before, how the fundraising from Ragin' Cajun has benefited the downtown Main Street, and looking at some of the projects that y'all were able to just take some of the proceeds from this event. For example, 2016, the decorative crosswalks at the corner of Laurel and Davis Street. 2017, you had the pay out more facade grants to business owners in the district. And tell me a little bit more about this, if you would.
What we're doing here in the last year or so is we're building up and ramping up the facade grant program, allowing it to be a little more accessible for more than just facades. So we have different businesses and building owners that have issues with code and whatnot. So we've kind of opened it up. We've allowed, we've ramped up the monies that go out, and we also have a $10,000 once a year that we're paying out to somebody also.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're finally got it up to the point where we have some enough money to where some of these projects can be actually meaningful. And we're not just just a little bit of change in a bucket. I mean, It's actually can make a difference now.
Kind of reading over this thing, even back 2011, 2012, it helped fund the Magnolia Mural Project, and then the Heritage Circle, that kind of helped spearhead that project. Derek, you and I have talked in other interviews, especially, I guess, back in the fall when we talked about the Heritage Circle and we talked about the facade grants. But when you come down to Luling this weekend and you participate in the Luling Main Street Raging Cajun Throwdown and Gumbo Cook-Off, you also are putting back into downtown Luling, Texas. And that is just, when you can see how your participation in this and a good time helps make a difference, it really shows, and y'all are doing some big things there, and I just salute you guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're 100% volunteer driven. Everything that we do is by the blood, sweat, and tears of our volunteers. So every single penny that we make at this Raging Cajun goes back into downtown revitalization of some sort.
We've been able to we added benches this year. We went in together and added benches, and then we're looking at doing some other downtown renovations besides the facade grants.
That's
talking
huge.
About add new lampposts downtown is another thing that we're talking about doing.
One of the things that you and I had talked to, and I don't know if there's any before and after pictures online. I know that you can stop by and see Derek at his office when he's open and stick your head in the door and visit with him. But you have some photos of before and after, I guess, if you will. And if you see it every day, you really don't. You see small little differences. But boy, if you take a step back and look some 5-10 years ago, it really has changed and made Luling shine even more than it already has.
Absolutely. Those incremental changes, I mean, you don't notice them from day to day, but when you look back, there's definitely a difference.
I don't know how to pronounce any of this entertainment that you have, but I better learn before Saturday morning. But can you help me out on who's playing the kickoff of the show and the second band that hits the stage later that afternoon?
Well, they're kicking off at 10 is Ça Va Bien, and then at 2 o'clock is Chansons et Soulards.
All right. I want to go around the table a little bit. I know that each and every one of you have a very important role that makes the event kind of come together. But you talk to a lot of visitors that come to town. What's some of the things that you've heard from visitors out of town who may have just kind of been passing through and stumbled up on the event, or some of the folks that come back year after year? I know that there's that one story that you've heard that sticks out to you that makes you proud to put this event together. And can you share some of those with us today?
Well, for me, it's always when we hear about somebody coming from Louisiana. They heard about it and they came all the way down here and made the trip, a cooking team or whatever. I thought that's a pretty long trip to make.
Mm-hmm.
Brittany?
Well, I help run the Facebook page for Raging Cajun as well. And so I get to see a lot of people who say, oh, this is what we came across last year, and let's go back. They'll say, I see all today where somebody said, I've already taken off. Somebody said it's my grandma's birthday, and the friend said, well, bring her to Raging Cajun.
She'll love it. Yeah, because it's one of those things. It's not like a Bourbon Street type chaos. I mean, this thing is fun and laid back, and everybody's family when they're down there.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you might see a little celebrity sighting. Texas country artists will walk through here about once a year. So yeah, everybody finds a way down here. And
Cody?
Well, I'll be perched up in the beverage department, making sure that I keep everybody's whistle wet.
Uh-huh.
And I think for me, I absolutely love the family orientation of what this festival is for. The kids, the parents, everyone comes out. It's an all-day event. It's not the late-night event, so it caters to the family as a whole. And, there's nothing more that I enjoy than to see the family stroll up and down the main street, sampling a little bit of everything that we offer and doing it as a family, making a memory, doing a festival that's not very common in this part of the state that we live in.
Absolutely right. And Charlene?
I think it's mostly my judges that I get to see year after year. I actually have about 6 of them that started with me 9 years ago, and they're a permanent fixture on my list every year. So getting to see them year after year and hear their stories and just getting to enjoy, and the new ones too. But some come from Louisiana, and so I get to hear their stories of what they think of the food or if it's close to home or not. But it's special.
Since I'm not sitting there kind of seeing each and every one of your faces, if there's anything that I may have missed that we didn't talk about on the program, I'd like to give each and every one of you an opportunity to kind of hit us with some of those bullet points there so we know what to expect when we come out either this evening or tomorrow.
Well, for my part, we're going to have lots of Cajun food. I mean, you can taste it from all the cooking teams and whatnot. We're going to have a huge Cajun cooking truck. It's going to be here. But we're going to have lots of various types of foods. We're going to have, burgers and barbecue sandwiches. We're going to have shrimp baskets, shrimp tacos, beef fajita tacos, and, deep fried Twinkies. We're going to have a variation of stuff. So it's a little bit of something for everyone. And I think the way it looks like we're going to tie our record for the amount of arts and craft vendors. So we're going to have a pretty large assortment of that in the middle of the street also.
Well, Sherilyn, Brittany, Cody, and wherever Limbo went, thank you too. And Derek, I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are so busy this week. Thanks for notching out a little time in your schedule to include me in it to help talk about the Raging Cajun Throwdown. And if someone would like additional information, before we let you go, I know Brittany was telling me about the Facebook page. And I know that there's an event page and a Luling Main Street page and a Luling Main Street website. If you would, can you give me that information so we can send our neighbors to come by and come see you online?
Sure. So we have a Luling Main Street Facebook page where you can find us at that handle. We also have a Raging Cajun Throwdown Facebook page. And within both of those Facebook pages, you will see the event listing. Our website is LulingMainStreet.com.
Y'all, I'll let you get back to it. I'll see you smiling faces tomorrow morning. And again, thanks for being with me this week on Guadalupe Valley Views.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your participation every year.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, and we'll see you tomorrow. That's Sherilyn, Brittany, Cody, and Derek with Luling Main Street talking about the Raging Cajun Throwdown and Gumbo Cook-Off going on this evening and tomorrow in downtown Luling. This is Guadalupe Valley Views. Now in the Silson-Tex Weather Center, here's meteorologist Bill Heckey.
We're going to look for the temperatures to be in the 70s, and we'll flirt with 80 on the weekend, but we do have a disturbance moving across, so we'll increase chances of precipitation. Now, the morning can bring you a little drizzle and fog. We'll go for the Friday night, Saturday chance of showers with that disturbance moving across, and then we're still going to see temperatures warm even after the disturbance, and early next week, an increased possibility of precipitation once again, but temperatures stay well into those mild numbers. I'm meteorologist Bill Heckey.
Thank you, Bill. Your Texas crop and weather report from the AgriLife Extension. And for the southwest area, a cold front brought freezing temperatures to most counties. Temperatures may set back grasses and trees that were greening up. Foggy mornings and misty days brought traces of precipitation. Planting was expected to be in full swing soon in fields dry enough to plant. Supplemental feeding of livestock continued. And for the coastal bend, extreme wet conditions halted or delayed most field work. Local row crop producers were expected to need 2 to 3 weeks of dry conditions before field work could resume. Some corn and sorghum fields were planted before rains and colder temperatures arrived. Some corn was planted into shredded cotton stalks. Growers were waiting for warmer conditions before planting cotton. Rangeland and pasture conditions continued to improve but were extremely wet, with standing water reported in many areas. Hay producers were fertilizing as soil moisture allowed. Pastures were greening up and full of winter weeds. Hay and supplemental feeding continued. Livestock showed signs of reduced body conditions, but were expected to improve rapidly with the onset of warmer, drier conditions. On the Silson-Tex sports schedule, powered by ScoreStream and boys varsity soccer tonight at 7:45, Lake Travis Cavaliers at Del Valley Cardinals, and tonight in girls varsity soccer at 7:45, the Hayes Rebels will meet the Lake Travis Cavaliers. Here's what's happening. The city of Smiley is giving notice of the city's intent to submit a Texas Community Development Block Grant Program grant application for a Community Development Fund grant request of $275,000 for the city's sewer system improvements. The application is available for review at Smiley City Hall during regular business hours. The statewide gas price average in Texas is $2.21 for a gallon of regular unleaded, according to AAA Texas Weekend Gas Watch. That price is 3 cents more than this day last week and 8 cents less per gallon compared to this day last year. Of the major metro areas surveyed in Texas, drivers in Midland paying the most on average at $2.45, while drivers in Tyler are paying the least at $2.15 a gallon. The national average price for a gallon of regular unleaded is $2.45, which is 4 cents more than this day last week and 8 cents less than the price per gallon at the same time last year. With now even more events, let's get on the line and talk to Brother